I don't know. I gotta say, lovely replays. It's a great program. I make videos because of League replays. It is actually revitalized and changed the League of Legends community. I'm gonna put that out there. But that's
Wow.
a different. That's actually a different subject. That's like I think a thesis of a paper. How about this game?
So we are on to 5 seconds on my timer. If you're ready to go, let's count that down. 3, 2, 1, live. And let's take a look. Firemean was allowed to get Graves once again. Instead of having Janna as his support, we do see Alistair's going to be featuring on support. The Tess is rocking out the Ninetail Fox Ari, and we see Nygod Bro with Irelia in the top lane. And a little bit of a modified team for Amazing Team.
Now, last game was all about the lanes that end up kind of doing an Amazing Team. What about the lanes this game? Well, actually, we haven't done the player introduction for Amazing Team, have we?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, let me go ahead and handle that one. On Morse Q, we have Nautilus for PS, we have Tarek, Tets on Quirky, Magemo on Ziggs, and Armigine on Malphite.
Oh, and look at this pressure. They're walking straight into a 5-man Amazing Team. There goes the on-hit stun. Akames manages to get the pulverizer, knocks up every single member. Fail flash into the wall. That means he's going to go down for first blood. In the background, an Umbra Blades auto attack is going to secure at least 1 kill back from WinFakt. 1-for-1 exchange. Ari might go down in the background. Manages to stay alive somehow. In fact, goes down in the background finally. This is a huge exchange. The flash forward from Nygod Bro means he managed to pick up a kill as well. And what was that 3-for-3 exchange with a double kill onto Nocturne, the single kill onto Tarek, Corky, and Ziggs. And Irelia picking up 1 as well. And that was a huge amount of aggression for 1 minute.
Yeah, that was a pretty good minute, I'm gonna say. So, let's say who came out ahead in that. So, I don't know. I actually want to say that WinFakt might be in a better position because Nocturne starts with boots, longsword, and cloth armor, so he's coming in strong into this ganking phase with those 2 kills. And how close is he to level 2? Okay, he's not that close. He didn't get a lot of experience. It was divided pretty evenly among his team. He's going to be in a very scary position to come out with blue buff and gank like crazy. And with that longsword, he's going to hurt for so much.
Yeah, so it's going to increase the speed of his jungling. His Umbra Blades is going to hit harder, so he's going to heal back more. And in comparison to Nautilus, who's a pretty slow, low-level jungler as well, it's just going to make that disparity very high. If he can succeed in the ganks, that's going to be the key. If he doesn't succeed in those ganks, that's that early advantage could be caught up. How does it actually look gold-wise? 832 gold on Nautilus to 1,400 gold on Nocturne. So pretty big at this early stage.
Yeah. And something actually important to note for both ganking junglers is look at the flashes. Nobody has one up right now, so I'd say it's actually in favor of Nautilus because he does have that gap closer. But I don't know.
Actually,
it's gonna be kind of
so the only summoner spell that was not used was in fact the Tessa's Ignite. I'm not going to count Smite as that's a jungling ability,
I mean,
but
it wasn't used, I guess, but it really wasn't the situation.
Yeah, it's very, very true. Well, it could have picked up another kill. Now, tell me what you think about this top lane matchup. Malphite versus
Look bottom, actually.
Oh, and we do see Corky does manage to get away by the skin of his teeth.
Oh,
and in the middle, there's even a gank in the middle lane. Now, there goes the unspeakable horror. It's going to hold Magemo in place. He manages to land the auto attack and the bouncing bomb. And WinFakt secure their first gank and their first kill. And it goes to Nocturne as well, who is already ahead. And a snowball champion like Nocturne, that's a scary champion to start feeding this early on.
He's in a good position. He's going to hit level 6 pretty quickly with I believe he might be going for Madras right now when he goes back to buy. So he's looking terrifying, which the Unspeakable Darkness should. But Irelia versus Malphite in the top lane. So Malphite does have the attack speed debuff for Irelia, but Irelia does have her Q, which triggers an auto attack, so she will get the healing from passive with it, and the true damage as well. So with just that, she's actually going to be able to last hit well, sustain well, and Malphite, I feel he can, hold his own, definitely put on a lot of pressure right now, but once it reaches, maybe level 9, maybe a little earlier, level 7, Irelia will have her ultimate, she'll have a lot of healing and just be able to poke in and pressure Malphite, which she's trying to do now, actually.
And there goes a nice little dazzle into shatter combination. Firemean might go down 4 HP. He manages to use quick draw and get away from PS's Tarek. That is unreal.
Oh man, oh man. I gotta say, I hope this doesn't keep happening for Amazing Team. They came so close to so many kills in this last game. I don't want it to happen again. Like, it would have been a different game had they picked up, I think, 3 of the kills that they almost got. But I guess good play from WinFakt coming in at the very edge of that.
So close. And you got to think to yourself now, I mean, you know, PS had exhaust available. Why would you not throw the exhaust down and try catch up with that one extra auto attack? Buy some time for Corki to get into range. You know, I don't think he had Flash or Valkyrie, but try do something at 4 HP. It's so low. That's an auto attack hit that'll kill.
If Tarek had improved exhaust, the armor and MR reduction would have been enough. That's how close that kill was. But looking at CS, Corki's going back to base with 24, Graves coming in with 26, so they're going to be more or less in equal strength once they get back to lane. Corki might get denied a bit of CS, actually.
Take a look at now. So Graves 013, 34 CS, 1,600 gold. Corki 101, but only 24 CS, 1,600 gold. So the extra farm and a couple of assists has balanced it out gold-wise. At least neither of the carries is significantly further ahead.
Yep, and looking at this big old creep wave of the tower, Ted does miss one. I mean, lasting at the tower can be kind of tricky. So he's going to catch up in CS. He'll be behind a little bit. And I like the lifesteal we saw on Fire. I mean, actually, he's gone back to base. Has he bought anything? No, just got some mana because he had the opportunity, which was actually a pretty good play.
And Malphite taking a huge amount of damage from Nightbro in this top lane. He'd used the Transcendent Blades and a couple of his abilities there. Uses the Blade Surge to jump forward. And now we do see a gank coming out from Amazing Team. The slow gets applied. Morcio is going to have to land that dredge line. If he doesn't, a great flash coming out from Nightbro. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there, not waiting for the shard to land before throwing that dredge line. If the slow had been in place, maybe would have been able to line up that ability or that skill shot just a little bit more effectively.
Well, actually, that was a good reaction coming out from Nightbro, just waiting on that flash just to dodge that dredge line. It's like staying calm, because that was a moment of nerves. But, well, they blew the flash. Malphite has a chance to get some CS. What's CS up in the top lane? He's down by 10. Aurealia's going to come back and actually pick up some CS too. That's pushing into her tower. So, kind of scary, actually. But Malphite, he can fall behind. It's actually okay. Because he has Unstoppable Force, he has Ground Slam. What else do you need? All he needs is levels. Yeah,
managed to pick that ultimate up. It's going to help quite a lot. A lot of aggression there once again from WinFakt on the bottom lane, but not managing to secure the kill. Akamez with a pretty aggressive ward there, warding up the bottom tri-bush. Ping comes out immediately, saying, we see Nautilus, we know he's there, do not fall for that depth charge. Dazzle comes out into the shatter, but Ted doesn't have enough mana to follow it up with a phosphorus bomb.
And, well, actually, I don't know if you saw when Akavist walked up just to try and bait the Valkyrie out of Tet.
Let's see if this gank is going to be successful. There goes the pulverized. Dredgeline pulls Akamez back. Now they've turned all their attention onto Alistair. He isn't level 6 yet, so he doesn't have the ultimate to mitigate all the damage. A flash away might actually get him to safety. Down to 130 hit points. The Mega Inferno Bomb is going to land, and he gets away with 7 HP. PS is committing for this one. A long-range Dazzle manages to secure the kill. And Tarek this time around, he does not want that person to get away.
And unfortunately, that was actually a really bad exchange because who got the kill on PS?
Kill went to
Firemeat on Graves.
Yep, exactly. Feeding him some gold for your support to pick up a kill. That's not bad, but it's not very great. Paranoia now into the middle lane. A little bit of split focus. Great split there from Amazing Team. Now Megimo, he does go down. Almost enough damage to kill a Tess.
So kills right now just sliding towards WinFakt. What's actually good about this, not unfortunately, what's good, right now Amazing Team was much farther behind. This is about a 1600 gold difference. Blue once again being denied from Mage Mo, which is really unfortunate, but they're doing better than they were last game, so they still have the potential to come back, take a win, which would be really solid, but they got to make sure this lane doesn't get out of control, because the lanes are starting to get in favor. Nocturne getting his ganks off. I mean, PS dying in that exchange. Oh my god, Akames, how did you survive that?
Yeah, so unreal. Take a look at farm right now. Malphite 47 to 71, falling further behind. He was 10 behind a few minutes ago, and that's expanded now to nearly 30. In the mid lane, he's sitting 62 to 66, so that's bang on even. And our carries in the bot lane 72 to 56, again, also behind. We do see the test now coming, going to be able to get stunned up. Dredgeline not used compliments of a great flash, putting that wall in between him, Ari and Nautilus.
And what's nice about that, actually, oh man, Morsu not 6 yet, but he wasted nothing. He didn't waste any mana. He just went in and said, I'm here, what are you going to do about it? And the flash immediately got blown. Compared to Nightgod in the top lane, that was actually the exact opposite. He waited for the dredge line to try to bait it out, make sure as many resources were used as possible on ganking him in that top lane.
And once again, we see PS running past the carry, running past his enemies, trying to secure some kills with that giant crystal hammer of his. But there's decent damage on this bottom lane for Amazing Team, but they haven't been able to convert it into any kills. So unlucky with those very low HP escapes.
And actually, fun fact about Tarek, he has one of the highest base ADs in the game. I think it's like 61. He hurts. But they need to either zone out the enemy or start getting kills, and I'm kind of wondering about how they could do this right now. Corki doesn't really have the poke. Fire doesn't have mana. Now would be the time to be aggressive, but with that big creep wave building up, they want to just farm up right now. And PS does not have any mana. He has enough for one stun, and that's about it.
Look at this top lane now. I've been keeping my eye up and every now and again, and it looks as though Malphite is actually, I don't want to say winning the lane, but every time he's been poking against Nightgod, he's been coming out ahead in the exchange. Double Doran's blades, cloth armor, and those boots. How much gold is Nightgod? He is sitting in 1,400 gold in the bank, though, and he's 1,000 gold ahead. So that's why. We've had the recall from Malphite. He's spent the gold he had, and I suppose once Nightgod actually spends the gold in her back pocket, it's going to be able to push him further ahead and compete against Malphite.
Unfortunately, Malphite is more or less playing... Oh, never mind.
Paranoia in the mid lane. That's going to dive onto Magimo. He's going to try get away, and that Fear proc actually locks him up in place. Completely stalls him up, and a very easy kill for WinFakt, pulling this kill score to 7-4. I
mean, Nocturne getting really close to his wit's end, actually. Oh my god, I pressed the wrong button. What time are you at right now?
11:48. So 11:50, 51, 52, 53. For everybody that's busy wondering, we are of course casting from a LOL recorder replay, and mad props to the guys over at leaguereplay.com. They hooked us up with an awesome application. Well, I suppose it's available for everybody. It's not just for us. But records your games, allows you to watch these things. And with the new Spectator client, it actually records all of the hit point totals as well. So all those little nitty bugs from before, annoying bugs from before, are no longer relevant. So, you were saying?
Okay, actually, what time are you at the
12:25.
12:25,
26, 27. I tell you what, I'll pause at 12:30. So I'm on 12:30 and paused.
Okay, and good. Wait.
Alright.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. We just need to synchronize up our LOL recorder so we're not overstepping one another. And Nightgod now a level ahead of Malphite's. Who's that? Armigny? I don't know. But my bad.
Armigny?
Yeah, Armigny. There we go. Let's go.
Armigny. There we go. Armigny?
Whatever it is. And do you think now, with that Wit's End completed, Nightgod should be able to start snowballing this lane a little bit harder in his favor?
Well, what he was doing before was he was just taking the harass, healing up, and trying to drain Malphite of his mana. He can now do that. Malphite has no actual mana regen. So he can do that. He can actually just start trying to fight Malphite if he sees him use a ground slam for CS.
And we do see aggression on the bot lane, immediately deleting Graves. The Dazzle into Shatter, Phosphorus Bomb combination from Graves and Corki is just too much to handle. And a very easy kill. The thing about that fight, I was watching the bottom lane for quite a while, and Amazing Team, they put a lot of burst down, put a lot of damage down. Alistair and Graves hung around a little bit too long. And then after the full combo was thrown out, they managed to pick up a fairly easy kill. And some good damage in the middle lane now. The Tess actually throwing out the charm, eating more so on the face. One little Spirit Rush immediately gets her to safety, and that Mega Inferno Bomb deals absolutely no damage.
Ziggs right now still level 10, doesn't have that level 11 ult. He needs that to really finish someone off. Actually might finish him off now. Oh, the bomb does not land.
Ignite is ticking away down to 160 hit points. Not enough to secure the kill though, unfortunately. But yeah, overall, Amazing Team, they're keeping themselves in this game significantly better than match number 1, but they're still behind.
It's a 2,000 gold difference. They need to start making things happen. They need to go ahead and I don't know. They need to take Dragon. They need to get more kills like they did in that bot line. Try and punish the aggression coming out from WinFakt. Because WinFakt, when they think they're ahead, they do stick around a bit too long. So this might be the chance now, actually.
Well, here goes the Dazzle. Unfortunately, the Dredge line is only going to pull Nautilus towards him. Immediately flashes and quick draws away. Means that Firemean gets away. Akamis manages to flash over the wall. He gets away to safety as well. An amazing team are just amazingly unlucky. So many close calls. And I think if that Dredge line had landed, may have been close enough to hold Firemean in place. There goes a very good Dredge line. The on-hit stun. And no ways. The quick draw is going to get him away. Once again, so close to getting away. They do manage to pick up the kill, but in the top lane, Nightbro picks up a kill under the tower. And unreal of the luck at the moment, or maybe it's the skill. Maybe I shouldn't be too overly judgmental.
I wouldn't say it's... Oh.
Pressure on the bottom lane, but nothing really going to come of it. He's going to pull Angry Mighty Duckman backwards. Riptide's going to apply a slow. But yeah, you know, that missed Dredge line, that's all it took. It delayed, or it missed that extra bit of crowd control, and it allowed Firemean to quick draw and flash to safety.
And it turned what could have been multiple kills into one long chase for one kill as Malphite died top. And I have to say, I would not call someone getting away with no HP skill. Like, what you want to do, like, as you get better at this game, is to start playing to the limit. Like, if you can get out of every fight with 1 HP, but do as much damage as possible, do that.
Huge fight now in the middle. Majima is putting a lot of damage down onto the Test. On-hit stun is going to come in. Now the Test manages to throw the Ignite out. One more Orb of Deception. Going to secure her kill before she gets away. In fact, the kill goes to Mighty Duckman, in fact. And I think that was with a Duskbringer.
So Mighty Duckman, by the way, is terrifying this game. He's 502. He has 86 CS. He's going to be someone who can get to Corki and can kill him. And you don't want to see that on Nocturne. Nocturne, if he's behind, is awesome, but...
Once he's ahead, he stays ahead. Akames manages to get caught by that Dredge line. What was a 4v1 is now turned into a 4v4. WinFakt are slightly ahead. They managed to secure the first kill. The focus is on Akames. They're trying to kill the cow. Malphite lands it with that shard of his. Aurelia picks up a double kill in the background. But again, WinFakt just coming out ahead in the exchanges, coming out ahead in the fights.
And that fight started with Akames being pulled in by Nautilus, and normally it's great to catch someone with Nautilus, like especially that far out, but Akames hung around. He wanted to start that fight. He actually held off onto his Pulverize until Amazing Team had grouped up trying to get away and hit his Pulverize on 4 people. So Alistar, he may have died, but he did what he needed to do in the fight, and they got kills out of it.
And the dragons, and the dragon as well. And, you know, we have to give mad props to Akames at the moment, because that very first engagement, the face check at level 1, he managed to pick up or land, I think, a 4-man Pulverize, compliments of that ability. The team fight previously, the team fight that we've seen earlier as well. Great positional play specifically with that Pulverize ability. You know, so good in his timing and understanding when he needs to use it, you know, to stay alive.
Just some good mechanical skill. That right there, actually, at level 1, was reaction time. He walked into a bush. Normally, you don't expect people in that specific bush. And even though there was a Dazzle coming out from PS, which did hit him, he went ahead, he cast his Q so quickly, the Dazzle, which has a tiny bit of travel time when it's next to somebody, was not able to stun him quickly enough. So, just some good reaction time coming out of Akames. It was just good play from him all around. He's been doing very well this game, which normally supports don't get credit. But Alistar, when he's doing those Pulverizes, when he's doing that work, it shows. And there's an 11-8 kill score, but there's also a 6,000 gold lead. And Akames has contributed a lot to that, but so has the rest of WinFakt. They've been playing very well this game, actually.
Playing well game 1, playing well in game 2, and take a look at the farm. I just looked down at Aurelia's farm. 172 CS, 4 kills, an assist, and a dragon to her name, in comparison to the 107 CS of Malphite. 1 kill, 3 deaths, 2 assists. That equates to a grand total of 7,100 gold on Aurelia to 4,500 gold on Malphite. That's a wit's end difference. Yeah, roundabout, unless my math is terrible.
I'm trying to think, what should WinFakt, or not WinFakt, but Amazing Team do now? I think they should actually try and get a blue buff onto Ziggs. The second they get a blue buff, they have a bunch of doors open. You'll have that mana to spam like crazy. They can actually start going for a siege at a tower. And right now, if they just it's kind of like last time, where if they keep playing this laning game, they will win. They might do okay in trades, maybe win some trades. But overall, we're going to see objectives being taken by Amazing, or by WinFakt. We'll see, you know, Nightbro broke in that top lane. If he's not being stopped by the enemy team, he's just going to keep walking over Malphite with that wit's end difference. So they need to do something. I would say get a blue buff. But, I mean, WinFakt, they've been all over it. Ziggs has a really big problem with that. So dependent on mana.
Yeah, and of course his itemization at the moment, Sorcerer's Shoes and a Blasting Wand. Counterparts in the middle, sitting KG's lucky pick, needlessly large rod, double Dorans. Of course he does have his double Dorans of his own, and the Sorcerer's Shoes. So how close to finishing? Rabadon's Death Cap is technically complete for the test. He just has to go back and actually spend the gold. There's a pretty big difference between them. Mighty Duckman is going to look at being caught out. I think he managed to actually block what I thought was the passive, in fact, as the spell shield went off. Paranoia used in the background to dive towards Magimo. A very nice unstoppable force that's going to lock him up. Followed up by the depth charge, but so many ultimates just for Nocturne. If WinFakt stay in this fight now, they may be able to turn it around, but there's a lot of burst damage going down into the test. Akame is once again going to flash away with next to no health. Down to 97 hit points. The big one mocks. A ward into the headbutt is going to push him forward, but I think there was a Valkyrie over the wall or a flash over the wall from Corki. Eventually picks up the kill, but can you believe the play from Akames? You know, the sense to know, ward into that headbutt to get to safety.
I don't know, Agamez, he's been playing, so it's fun as a support to be like 0-4-4, but no, I've been doing so many cool things to win that fight. And I gotta say, the Ahri pick is showing its strength against Magemo. Magemo saving his ultimate until Ahri was about to die. And the test is just like, oh, you're gonna kill me, I'm just gonna, you know, RR, just leave his ultimate, be perfectly safe. And they won that exchange, they're 11-10, but there's still a 5,000 gold difference. It's closed a tiny bit. But now with this mid turret actually going down, there you go. Once again, 6,000 gold difference in favor of WinFakt. So WinFakt are just playing well. They're not necessarily winning every engagement. They're winning engagements in ways that they will get more global goal out of it. They're taking Dragon. They're taking Farm. If you look at turrets, it's 3 turrets to no turrets. And that's because they did well in laning, and they've just been winning engagements that let them take these turrets.
And
Irelia
can officially deal tons of damage.
All right. Triforce complete. Freak, Freak, your legacy lives on. Well, she didn't jungle, so I don't know if we can go that far back.
Touche.
Jungle Irelia, by the way, one of the worst things. It's actually not that bad, but people tried it a lot when she first came out, and it was bad then.
So 11-10 is the kill score. 6k gold. You've mentioned it already, and we've already seen a lot of roaming from WinFakt, but you know, WinFakt is not afraid of anything. They're just moving as a team. They're moving around the map. Can Amazing Team pull this back? You know, they're going to have to line wait, try set up some ganks. You know, the team fight potential. They've got a lot of crowd control, the depth charge, the unstoppable force. And, you know, if they can lock somebody up and land a good Mega Inferno Bomb, they could blow up Graves or Ahri.
We now have blue buff onto Magemo on Ziggs, so they could start going for a Sage. He has that sustain, though. It's going to run out in about a minute and a half. Could also do is try and take advantage of the fact that WinFakt likes to play aggressive. Like you said, they go all over the map. Last game we had that Cassiopeia waiting a bush gank, which ended up not securing a kill, but it was still a huge risk. And WinFakt likes to do it, so if they can punish that, that could be huge. But they have to actively go for that. And this Oracle is actually on Morcio. I like it. They can clear their own jungles, which is going to be really important because WinFakt loves to be in their jungle, loves to be going for that blue. And Dragon has just respawned. This could be huge.
Well, that is pretty good. Now, if they're gonna, this is going to pull him back just a little bit. But it just feels like it's too small right now. They're going to need a couple bigger things. You know, maybe pick up some towers, pick up some kills. And WinFakt are definitely going to have to pick up the Oracle's Elixir. They're ahead, but they're not that far ahead that they can justify not clearing out that vision.
And the vision, like, for the way they play, the less vision the enemy team has, the better.
Split now from WinFakt. They completely divided up at the moment. Don't want to get caught out. And look at the number of wards on the river for Amazing Team. Huge number around that central river entrance.
It let them secure Dragon, so worth it in the end. They're actually going to get this middle tower. I like this. They need to get these outer turrets. They'll close the gold lead by a bit. And unfortunately, the farm, there's no easy way to make up for the farm that they did not get in the earlier parts of the game.
So three members of WinFakt above 200 CS already. I think overall the farm might end up balanced. No, it's not. I'm lying. 170, 130, 160 on behalf of Amazing Team. And yeah, it's just that stall in the game at the moment where neither team wants to overcommit. WinFakt playing smart. They're not that far ahead that they can justify, you know, playing super aggressively and putting them in positions that might go badly for them. Dazzle goes out to Nygod, bro. That's the last person you really want to dazzle. The charm manages to land onto PS. They're immediately going to blow Tariq up while he's fighting in the background. Mighty Duckman uses that paranoia to dive forward. The Mega Inferno Bomb manages to hit 4 members of WinFakt. Now look at the DPS. That's an Oracle's Elixir down. Double kill from Fireman, or Firemean rather. Flash over the wall into Charm and Orb of Deception, and the Test picks up an easy kill into Ziggs. You heard him screaming in the background and as he blows up.
Yeah, Ziggs has a really brutal death animation actually. He flies up in the air and explodes. That is almost horrendous. And unfortunately, did you see how the fight started? That was a ward bait. That was a ward being placed in the bush. PS is just like, yo, I got this. We can kill this ward, you know, do our thing, keep the map control. And that's actually exactly what WinFakt wanted. We had the Pulverize come out, and no kills for Amazing Team. And I feel they're just going to fall behind because, alright, Corky's doing decently. He's 305, 160 CS, 7,000 gold. But Ziggs right now, at about that same level, but still far behind the Ari, does not really have a lot to go with. So Ziggs not ahead of the enemy team, and he's going to be weaker at, you know, dealing with that than, say, Ari would be, or most mid APs.
And of course now that gold graph is, the gold graph has now increased 10k. Baron buff is currently sitting on WinFakt, and it just feels like they can sort of do what they please and get away with it, you know. That previous fight, exactly like you said, baited into it. A great charm through the wall from the Test, managed to lock up Tariq. He actually took longer to go down than I anticipated, you know, a couple seconds extra. But at the end of the day, yeah, 3 for 0 exchange and Baron.
So, I mean, actually Tariq 139 armor, he is very tanky. But the question is, what does Amazing Team do? Well, they have to deal with his Baron buff, first of all. So if we see WinFakt sweep those outer turrets, there's very little they can actually do about that. And I think the big problem here is there's no damage on Amazing Team. They have Corky doing okay, they have Ziggs doing okay, but compared to the tankiness of actually the Test with that Revolver's gonna be a little tanky, but just Nocturne has an Aegis and a Witsend, Alistar has Alistar, and Aurelia now building what looks to be a Guardian Angel and also a Giant's Belt. I have no idea actually which he's going to finish first, but there's tankiness coming out from WinFakt that I don't think Amazing Team can burst through.
And of course Nocturne has that Aegis of the Legion sitting on his team as well, so that's going to be helping. Admittedly, it is mirrored by Nautilus on Amazing Team, but all that extra tanking is exactly so. Going to take longer to win those fights, and they don't really have the direct burst that you need. Yeah, Ziggs, if he lands his Mega Inferno Bomb and Bouncing Bombs, is going to hit hard, but it's so dependent on getting someone in the center of that ultimate and holding someone in place long enough to actually deal the DPS.
If we see a really big clump come out from WinFakt, that could be huge. But right now, let's say Armigine Malphite ults Graves, and we see Ziggs uses combo on the ult Graves. They might kill him, but it's going to be so much to use on one person if the ultimate only hits one person, which right now WinFakt, that's what they're trying to do. You might hit 3 tops, but they're trying to stay split up.
And we just see the sieging just going over and over and over, and a free tower. You know, no real pressure there, no real cost for that tower. A little bit of poke, but of course with the Baron buff, they're just going to heal it up and get all their mana back very, very quickly. And did that ward actually fail? Great, yes. Amazing ward there, unfortunately, just missing the grass. Well, I hate it when that happens, but it's still effective. It still gives vision on at least that half of the bush.
I'd say that's the important side.
Yeah, no, of course. I agree with that. We do see a very good dredge line onto the Test. The depth charge comes out. That locks everybody up, followed by an unstoppable force. This is a great fight for Amazing Team. They pick up 3 without reply. And that was exactly what Studio was talking about. The clump upcoming. Depth charge knocks up 4, possibly 5. Unstoppable force knocks up the rest. And then Mega Inferno Bomb just goes kaboom. And huge damage. Massive damage, in fact, coming out.
So yeah, WinFakt, they've been very Mundo-esque in how they play. They're playing aggressive. They're going for pushes while the entire enemy team is there. That was such a good punishment for that aggression, for that play style. I like to see that. I like to say it's like, all right, you guys are gonna do this. You're clumping up for this tower. Screw it, we're going in. That Malphite ult, that Nautilus ult, that depth charge. You know how often depth charge hits that many people? It is not common. So that was great play.
Really well played, and it was all actually a compliments of a great depth charge. Look at the damage coming down into Malphite though, even with that frozen heart. is just being melted away with Infinity Edge Phantom Dancer. And now, Amazing Team may have stuck around a little bit too long. Paranoia is going to put Nocturne in the middle of every single member. Duskbringer plus Umbra Blaze is going to secure the first kill. Now they've managed to knock up Ted. Compliments of that Paralyze. Duckman is waiting for that Duskbringer to come back. Manages to catch the little red Baron. And carry on pushing forward. Fear Proc is going to lock him back. Nightgate Bro in the background is going to pick out that kill onto Tarek. An Amazing Team, putting up a good team fight, but just hanging around too long. Corki and Ziggs, the only ones to survive that fight. But it may cost them an inhibitor.
And unfortunately, once again, this is like the past. Amazing Team, they won their fight by their turret, when in fact they won their fight right outside the enemy team's turret. So they're going to take this inhibitor, and you hate to see that happen, but it's kind of the exact same thing that actually happened for WinFakt. They tried doing something that was punishable, which was pushing that tower. In this case, Amazing Team, they try to push that mid tower. They stayed around too long, and if you get punished for that, well, you got to try and not do that. It's actually kind of unfortunate because we all want to stick around a tower. We want to get as much as we can while we have enemies down, but sometimes you just have to go back to base. You can't not get a tower, and that's going to set them far behind. A 12,000 gold difference 30 minutes in the game, 50k versus 38k, that is huge. Quick shot, that is a big number difference.
How does it actually compare now on itemizations? Ari, 11,300 to 8,600 on Ziggs. Top lane Irelia, 11,700 to 7,400 on Malphite. To put that into perspective for you, Alistair as a support is on 6,900 gold, 600 gold behind the solo top of Amazing Team. And of course, AD carries 11,600 to 9,200. That is massive, massive itemization difference. Even if WinFakt get caught out of position, the simple fact they're so far ahead in items and damage pretty much means they should be able to turn it around, assuming they don't get 5-man locked up by the multiple knockups of Amazing Team.
And we have the Guardian Angel finished on Nightgate Bro. That's what he was going for. He has a Giant's Belt too now. So that Guardian Angel is huge. No longer can they just eliminate Nightgate Bro from a fight. We'll probably have, Graves has Last Whisper. So really important items are getting finished. Ari will soon have Will of the Ancients if that's what she decides to go for. And it's looking scary because before they were ahead by a decent amount and they were punished for it, but with that kill, with that tower going down, they are, I don't know, they're really far ahead. They're going to be really hard to engage. They need another tower engagement, but, group up around a tower and push it once. Shame on the enemy team. Do it twice, shame on me.
Yeah, we do see the Spur Rush coming out from the test. Eventually he just ends up farming a wave. No kill coming from that one. Was trying to line up a charm, in fact. But Nautilus was able to get away to safety. But he's taking quite a bit of damage just from that little bit of poke. And, I like what I'm seeing from WinFakt. They got that inhibitor down, and now they're pushing the lanes. Pushing this bottom lane down to, of course, try to get some Baron control when they want to go for it. Orb of Deception lands onto Malphite. And look at the damage there. There goes the charm into an Orb of Deception. Nightgate Bro does have Guardian's Angel available. The Buckshot collateral damage picks up a second kill onto Nautilus. Now we get a kill coming out from Ari. And that was just a very aggressive dive from WinFakt, picking up 4 very, very easy kills. This should be the inhibitor and potentially the game.
And the way that fight started, there was no group up. There was no easy ult from Malphite. And WinFakt learning from their mistakes, so this is going to be game. IPL5 qualifiers. We have WinFakt advancing to the round of 4. Yeah,
they're going to be facing off against Team Mega Shock. And the only thing I didn't really like from Amazing Team at the moment, their composition in this particular game, it was just too reliant on WinFakt making a mistake or grouping up. They needed a Malphite ultimate to hit everybody. They needed a Nautilus ultimate to hit everybody, and they needed a Ziggs ultimate to hit everybody. And it's just too much to bank on. Yes, the players are good. Yes, they can land those abilities often, but you can't base your entire composition on those 3 things.
I feel like what the problem Amazing Team has is they had a team that could not play from behind. So Ziggs, once he's behind, it's kind of tricky to come back in there. And Malphite, when he's behind, it's okay if he has a team to follow up and do the damage, do what's needed to support that unstoppable force, that ground slam. So there wasn't really a composition that could do that unless they punished those mistakes when they were behind. Playing from behind, I have to say, is actually one of the hardest things in the game because A, you're behind, and B, emotions hit you, and most people practice to be ahead. Very rarely do you go into a game and say, we're going to fall behind early game so we can come back and learn from the mistakes and see if we can come back from being behind. So some great play coming out from WinFakt. Round 4 going to be tough for them. Team Megashock pretty damn good.
Of course, we are going to be seeing the rest of the IPL5 EU qualifiers soon enough. There is another game coming up this week, which will be, of course, Team Alternate versus Fnatic Raid Call. We're still in the process of scheduling that one, so as soon as we know exactly when that happens, we'll let you guys know. We, of course, see that WinFakt are going to face off against Megashock, and the winner of Alternate versus Fnatic will face Moscow 5, and the winner of both of those semifinals, of course, compete for the spot in IPL5 and the $1,000 in prize money. Studio, is there anything you'd like to add, or tell you what, how can everybody find you before we start to wrap up for the evening?
Well, if you're trying to find me on the internet and would like to only, find my internet stuff, stay away from the personal stuff, please. You can follow me at League of Studio on Twitter, or you can go to clg.na. And Mr. Quickshot, if someone wanted to say find you on the Twitter, where would they go?
On the Twitter, it would be twitter.com/quickshot. And remember, that's Leet Speak, guys. That's QU1KSH0T. And, of course, facebook.com/quickshot as well. That was the round of 8, which WinFakt won in a dominating style. We'll have to see if they can keep that up against Megashock in the semifinals. Studio, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, a quick shot, even though, no offense, I hate typing your name because of that lead speak.
Yeah, I was very young when I created the nickname. Sadly, I'm sticking with it, so
hey, man, it's okay, man. We've all had that name.
So to everybody on stream, thank you guys for tuning in. I believe the rerun will be starting shortly enough. The Red Baron will probably confirm that in chat soon enough. Then we'll be back with the semifinals or the last quarterfinal game within the next couple of days. So stick around and cheers, everybody.
All right, adios, folks.